What's up guys, Bluddshed here. Welcome to the Barbarian Starter Survival Build Guide for Diablo 3 patch 269 in Season 21. What we do in these videos is take you from like low level, like level 1, give you recommendations all the way to max level to basically give you like a survival guide to help you during the season. And they're more like theory crafting videos. Every video is based on your challenge rift bag, so what you want to do is not use it the week of the season. As of right now, we don't know when it's going to start. But the reason why we save our challenge rift bag anyway is because of this right here. We're able to upgrade our professions to max level. You got Bluddshards to get a multiplier. You get pretty much a welcome package to really help your season. And that's how all these starters are built off of, is having this bag. So just stop doing your challenge rifts until we know when the season starts. Because really the only thing that matters is seasons, right? So you make your seasonal character, you log in, you're gonna, do your challenge rift, you're gonna log back in, and I would immediately just run and go get the cube, like right away, because it's gonna be really important for us for our early game strategy. So you're gonna go to Act 3 Seshron, you're gonna go run all the way to the back corner, and you're gonna get your cube, you're gonna come back to town. Now what are you gonna do, right? Now we have Bluddshards to spend, and we have a Hope of Cain to worry about. The first thing I would do is roll bracers. Now Barb has a lot of options, but this is your too long didn't watch version. You roll bracers, and then you upgrade two-handed mighty weapons, and then you spend your remaining Bluddshards on synergy. And I'm gonna show you, okay? So there's a lot of good stuff here. You can get bracers, you can get, in the belts, there's a undisputed champion. Now they buffed frenzy last season, so you could actually get a 400% multiplier on frenzy. So if you get this while leveling, this is probably your best in slot item because you can never run out of resource for generators. So this has more value than bracers of destruction or whatever, because you're gonna run out of resource here. But this is still the most consistent, solid DPS while leveling. You can also get the freaking loot socks, which go with Leapquake Barb. They give you tons of mobility, but don't forget that they don't give you any power until you get to max level with your Leapquake set. But it's still solid for power. Save them if you get them. You can obviously get Poxfalds, Leoric's Crown. You can even get a ring, Phantom Might, which is your biggest survivability buff in most cases. Now, there's so many good items here at level 1. What you could do is make another level 1 Barb in the future just to roll Bluddshards to pick up anything that you really want still. Like, I'm going to be playing Seismic Slam, so I'll be using these Bracers of Destruction. But if I don't get them while leveling, let's say I get Hoda, then I might just make another level 1 Barb, roll bracers, and then I can put these in the cube or whatever I want to do with them, because it's so powerful that way, right? If you roll at level 70, then it severely increases the item pool. But if you just roll level 1, then it's easier to get these little multipliers that you may need. So we're rolling Bluddshards. We're going to get a bracer, hopefully. From there, we're going to do our Hope of Cain. We're going to upgrade two-handed mighty weapons. Let me collapse everything and show you. The two-handed mighty weapons only have 6 options, and most of them are pretty good. Like the Gavel buffs Hoda. So if I get these, then I might roll bracers again if I didn't get them, because that 800% plus the bracers is crazy strong. And you get Fury back, which is good. Mad Claw doesn't really do much for you, but if it's ancient, make sure to check the secondary and see if it has reduced level requirement on it, or even if it's not, check that. Same thing with IK. You could also get Fury of the Vanished Peak, which reduces the cost of Seismic Slam by 50%. And if I didn't get the Seismic Slam bracers, then I would go back and roll some just to have that double multiplier. And you could probably do T6 or, something higher than you would normally do. Blade of the Tribes is good for Leapquake. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of damage compared to the other options, but it's still good. And I might go Loot Socks. That way I have my Leapquake set complete by the time I hit 70. And again, you should have your bracers before doing this. And then Bastion's Revered, it buffs Frenzy. So then I'd probably go back and roll belts, right? So bracers, do your Hope of Cain, and then check for synergies probably is what I would do. It's a good leveling experience. Barb is really powerful early on. So as you go through and you're leveling, you're just going to build off whatever legendary you get. A little young Barb out here. So I got Bracers of Destruction on this playthrough. Then I would make sure I use Seismic Slam. And if you got the Hoda bracers, right, you go Hoda, and then you would go Frenzy if you got the belt. So just focus on that kind of stuff. I'm going to include a tip sheet in the description of the video, or you can screenshot this, I guess. But yeah, like remember to grab your follower weapon, spend your Bluddshards, cope with Cain, pretty much all that basic stuff. Look for damage, rings, and amulets. That means like plus damage, but even main stats good. So for Barb, you would go strength, right? And you know, all the other tips on here are really powerful early game and things you might miss if you haven't played a few seasons, or you're, you know, just it's good to have a refresher sometimes. Once you hit level 40, you're going to want to do your two-handed upgrade. We're going to look for reduced level requirement on that. We're going to make a two-handed mace, as it just severely limits the affixes and things you can get on your character. So we're going to do this at level 40 because you can roll with 30 reduced level requirement. So let's go over here. The things we're looking for is to have crowd control on the secondary. So this one has knockback. This one has fear. This one has nothing. So this is basically dead to me. I'm just going to salvage it, and I'm going to work with these two. I typically would make 2 to 4 just for reference. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to leave the crowd control because there's tons of options. I'm going to take off the XP and try to get reduced level requirement. Hopefully it's not too good because I don't want to ruin my RNG for the season. If it does have life on hit on the weapon, then you can't get life on kill also. Another little tip, right? So there's a 1 in 4 chance I get it. I probably would roll everything 3 times. Let's try this one. 3 to 4 times maybe only, and then make another one. Dang, I got a 29 on that. Oh, that hurts. So you can see I can use this at level 41. Oh, that hurts. That's a big one. But that's how it goes, the YouTube life. Once you get this level 41 item, or level 70 item at level 41, you're able to tackle super high content basically also from what you're doing. So a lot of this video is like showing you tips and tricks to get those huge damage spikes so you can level faster and progress throughout the game, you know, with ease. So you hit 70, the first thing you want to do is focus on getting your Hope of Cain set. If you did get a lot of synergy with your legendaries, you can go for a Legacy of Dream start. Legacy of Dream gem should drop in the first few gems every season, so you could go that route. Just, you know, so you have options there. It's one of my favorite things to do, but Cain is the safest, right? You hit 70, you put together a starter build, and you immediately start banging out the season journey. The 2-piece reduce the cooldown of Earthquake, Avalanche, and Leap and Ground Stomp for every 30 Fury you spend. So with every Leapquake build, you're going to have like this Fury dump basically. So Seismic Slam Rumble expends all your Fury, or you can use Ancient Spear, Boulder Toss, and expends all your Fury. So both of those are good options. Whatever you choose is up to you. The 4-piece, Leap causes an Earthquake when you land. Additionally, Leap gains the effect of the Iron Impact rune. Iron Impact rune gives you 150% armor buff. So Barbs already have a lot of armor. And with that, it's just crazy, right? Stone Gauntlets are 250. This is a really strong survivability buff for Barb. So it doesn't seem that way at first, but it's pretty good, right? One thing to note with Leapquake, I always like to have a Mighty Belt or Life per Fury on my Mighty weapon. You can see I have Life per Fury. It heals you when you're expending all that Fury. So it's like having a health potion, you know, every 10 seconds or so. It's really good. So we're going to do a GR20 demonstration. Again, the links will be in the description for all the starters for Seismic Slam, Hoda, Frenzy, and Leapquake, right? All the starters will be in there for you guys. I like to overachieve or like give you too much information and let you decide what you want. Don't forget to check the website, bloodshed.com, so you can find all the builds you're looking for every season. I played Whirlwind a few seasons ago, then I played Frenzy last season. Now I'm going to play Seismic Slam this season. But yeah, Leapquake was right here, so you just kind of look for all the stuff that you need. So for the weird GR20 build that I made, you're going to basically use Leapquake to get that survivability and to cause Earthquake, and then you're going to use Rend to make them bleed, and then Whirlwind's just going to be like your everyday ability, I guess. So it's like Leap, Rend, and then Spin. I know I said we should dump our Fury, but without anything. This is with nothing, right? No loot socks, no Seismic Slam bracers, no Hoda bracers. Just with basically the 4-piece and nothing in the cube, no Bane of the Powerful, no legendary gem, like literally nothing, right? So this is what I would do if I had absolutely nothing. It's real chill. Like you're just basically whirlwinding, you're getting resource back with the lightning rune, and you have your little bit of mobility to do your damage. hit him with Rend. Rend's really powerful up to T7 or so. Well, I mean, if you without any modifiers on it. But yeah, up to T7, Rend's really good. So you just kind of leap. Here we go. Let's hit this elite. This will be a tough fight. It's illusionist and we're out of resource, so I'm gonna jump. Once you hit more and more enemies, you get more and more resource back too. Barb has a really good start every single season. It's pretty cool. Like no matter what. We have cleave also in the build, so you could get resource back if you really needed it. Let's try to bring this juggernaut over here. This would be a good demonstration because it's like not so pretty. It's a really kind of there's a frozen mob type and we got jailed. But the juggernaut's even getting killed right here. We got this guy. It's really tanky because of that 150% I told you about. It's like having like a little baby stone gauntlet, right? Like I'm not using any paragon or anything like that. Never, never, never. Does it make sense to test with things that aren't accurate, right? Out of resource. You can actually just like hit him with that cleave and jump out of here. Rend. Big kill. We got a fat chunk of a lead. So this is with nothing. Again, I'm gonna emphasize it. You will have Seismic Slam, Hoda Bracers, or a Frenzy Belt. You have something you can pair with it. And I'm gonna have all 4 starters in the description for you guys. Once you get your 6-piece, so this is the 6-piece nothing setup. Once you get your 6-piece and nothing else, again, you get 20,000% damage on Earthquake. So now those leaps that you saw are gonna shoot up through the roof. They're gonna hit so dang hard. It's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna have a 6-piece starter build also in the description. It's even better, right? It's kind of the same concept, except for we're dumping our Fury. So like you would just basically keep up your buffs, jump on something, empty out your Fury, and it basically would, everything would die. And then you can see how it leaps up again. We would use cleave, and then use leap, and then dump, and then continue cleave. It's really good. So let me just actually just jump in. This is just like, again, six piece with nothing else. You would probably just farm T7 till you got like Whirlwind set or the Frenzy set, or, you know, you can actually, Leapquake's not too slow. It's actually decent for speeds. You can see we just mopped everything. Let me empty out the Fury, which I forgot to do. So I just set it. Yeah, you can see on T7, you're pretty much good to go. Like you just mop everything. If you had those loot socks, you'd have 3 jumps. So this is where the loot sock investment would be amazing because of the power. Every leap is a souped up Earthquake, right? Boop, and then boop. Pretty good stuff. And then even Seismic Slam, you're hitting mega hard too. So stick to T7, you get a good return on your DBs, and yeah, you'll be good from there. For endgame, you are a Z-Barb. You're playing support, right? For speeds, you can run Frenzy. Frenzy's a really good Rift Guardian killer. So you have have Rift Guardian killing potential. You have, for groups, right, you have Z-Barb. For solo pushing, you have one of the best builds in the game with Whirlwind. And you have Seismic Slam, Hoda, Leapquake. There's a lot of good options there for Barbarian. And they're all different, unique playstyles that are really cool. For bounties, you know, because of Whirlwind, you're crazy fast bounty farmer, crazy fast key farmer with Whirlwind. You know, it's arguably the chillest build in the game because you just have to hold down one button and you can watch Netflix, you can watch Twitch streams, whatever you want to do with your other hand is up to you guys. I touched on Frenzy Barb being Rift Guardian killer. It's not as good as Crusader, but people might take you for like those 130, 140 speeds. If they can't find a Crusader, or, you know, for whatever reason, because it's a really good RGK. I did some solo pushing on hardcore last season, and I mean, we killed Vesalius like in 15, 20 seconds. It's a really, really good Rift Guardian killer. And I hate spending too much time on the Rift Guardian when I solo push. So Frenzy is actually one of my favorite builds because of the power. You can complete the Rift really quick at the end. It's pretty dope. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. If it did, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you want to support further, you can go to patreon.com/bloodshed. I do a weekly Diablo podcast. You can find all this on my website, by the way, or in the video description, it should have it as well. But yeah, the Bloodheart podcast I do, And I keep my website up to date with all the latest builds. Again, I have a lot more to add. I'm just waiting for those final patch notes before I trickle everything down. And I'm kind of waiting for the season to end also before I update my page, because there are people that still use it for the current season. So yeah, once this is over, I'm just going to probably update everything once we get the season ended, I guess. Yo, that's it for me today. This is Bluddshed. I'm out of here. Peace.